Hi GOH, this is Unit 5, Lesson 3, and today we're talking about equations of lines. So remember y equals mx plus b, back from algebra. M is your slope and b is your y-intercept. So without using a calculator, we're going to find the slope and the y-intercept of each of these lines, and then we're going to graph them. So I have y equals 2x minus 7. My slope is 2, it's the number next to the x. My y-intercept is negative 7. So my y-intercept is my starting point. On the y line, you're going to go to negative 7, and that's going to be your first point. So I'm down here at negative 7, and then my slope is 2. So I like my slope to be a fraction, so I'm going to put a 1 under that. And my top number tells me to go up or down, and my bottom number tells me to go left or right. So from that point, negative 7, I go up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1. And you want at least 3 points, I would say. I mean, you can get away with 2, but I like to draw more. The more you have, the straighter your line will be. And then I connect them. It's a line, it has arrows on the end, and then I label it y equals 2x plus minus 7. All right? And then I'm going to go to my second equation, y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. My slope is negative 1/2. My y-intercept is 3. Again, 3 is my starting point, so I start at 3. I go down 1 to the right 2, down 1 to the right 2. So this is a negative slope. It's slanting in the opposite direction. All right, so plot those points. Start at 3, down 1 to the right 2, down 1 to the right 2. You can see they intersect right there. I connect my points, making a line. All right. And then I'm going to label that, and it's going to be y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. Okay. And then I want to know my point of intersection right there. You can see where they meet. But what is the solution to that equation? They meet right there at 4, 1. I actually want to know just the x. Okay, so the solution is x equals 4. I have those two equations equal to each other. I can algebraically solve for them, but I already see it on the graph what my answer is. And my point of intersection is 4, 1, so my answer is just x equals 4. All right, so we're going to use slope-intercept form a lot. And let's just talk about the line y equals x and y equals negative x. So those are two important lines that we talked about back when we did reflections. So start off by talking about the slopes of those lines. Y equals x, my slope is 1. Y equals negative x, my slope is negative 1. Remember, my slope is the number in front of the x, and there's a 1 in front of those numbers. We're going to write some obvious points: 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, negative 4, negative 4. So basically, whatever x is, y is the exact same thing. Right? I'm going to plot all those points. And it's just a diagonal line, okay? And I'm drawing them in purple dot points right now, and I connect them. And there's the line y equals x. So it's a diagonal line. Everywhere, every point of x is equal to y. X is 1, y is 1, x is 5, y is 5. X and y are equal to each other. Let's pick some points for y equals negative x. So 0, 0, 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 3, positive 3, okay, because the x is changing the sign. Whatever I put in for x is changing the sign. So I plot those, and it's just another diagonal line, but it's going in the opposite direction. All right, so I'm just doing a graph of those lines. And there we go, and I'll label it y equals negative x. So those are two lines that we should be familiar with already. So just a review of those. Next page. Now, not all lines are going to be written in the form y equals mx plus b. Sometimes you're going to have to do some simple algebra, maybe 1 step, might be 2 steps, to rearrange them. So I'm going to take the equation y plus 2x equals 7, and I want to get y by itself. And then I'm just going to identify the slope and the y-intercept. So I take that 2x, move it over to the right, and I get y equals negative 2x plus 7. All right, so you just want to get y by itself. There we go. Next one, 2x plus 3y equals 12. I subtract the 2x from both sides. 3y equals negative 2x plus 12. I divide everything by 3. I'm trying to get y by itself. Everything gets divided by 3. Y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. Right? The slope is negative 2/3 and the y-intercept is 4. For C, I'm going to move that 4x over to the right by subtracting it. And I have negative 6y equals negative 4x plus 7. And then I'm trying to get y by itself. I divide everything by negative 6. And I get y equals 2/3, because negative 4 divided by negative 6 is 2/3. And plus negative 7/6. All right. So we looked at parallel lines, we looked at perpendicular lines, and let's look at exercise 4 now. So I have line S, which is already graphed, and I have the point 2,4 that's already plotted right there. I want to draw a line that goes through 2,4 and is parallel to line S. All right, so I'm going to look at line S. If I want to draw a line that's parallel, I need to know the slope of line S. All right, so I got to figure out the slope of line S. And I can do that by just looking at some points that are right there. So I'm starting right there, down at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, negative 4. And then I pick another point. And look, to get from one point to the other, I went down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. So that slope is negative 1/2. So I'm going to do the same thing for my other point, the point 2,4. I'm going to go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. And I'm going to go in the opposite direction, up 1 over 2, because I need a y-intercept. Okay, when I draw that line, because in order to write the equation of a line, I need not only the slope, but I need the y-intercept. So now you can see my y-intercept is 5. All right, and I'm going to write my equation. So I'm writing my y-intercept is 5, and my equation is y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5. Okay, it's parallel, it has the same slope, so I keep that slope of negative 1/2, but I have a y-intercept of 5. And then I'm going to draw a line that's perpendicular to S that goes through the point 2,4. Now I already knew my slope of S was negative 1/2. Perpendicular slope means I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to change it to a positive, so it's going to be a positive 2. All right. So just starting there, I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And then I'll go down 2 over 1, just so I can see where it's crossing the y-axis. Down 2 over 1, and you can see it goes right through the origin. I draw that line, see how it looks perpendicular rather. So that has a y-intercept of 0, and I'm using my perpendicular slope, y equals 2x. Which of the following lines is perpendicular to 10x plus 6y equals 12? Perpendicular lines have slopes that are negative reciprocals, so I'm going to find the slope of that line. So first I have to get y by itself. So I'm going to take that 10x and move it over to the right. So 6y equals negative 10x plus 12. I'm going to divide by 6 because I'm trying to get y by itself. And then I have y equals negative 5/3 x, because I reduced the negative 10 over 6. So it's negative 5/3 x plus 2. My slope is negative 5/3, but I don't want that slope. It's perpendicular. So I have to flip it, and I have to change the sign. So I flip it 3/5, and I change the sign to positive, and the only one that's there that has the right slope is choice 4. Okay? So we will practice all of this tomorrow.